Hello, this is Marvelyn Brown, and today we are going to be creating a mock-up of our checklist that we created. So we created a child's checklist, something that they can use either to hang up in their room or to post in their room in some way so that they will have their chore list available at all times, and they'll know how to, keep their room straight and what is expected. So now we're going to go to, this is a tool called Placeit, and I use this tool all the time. I also use Canva. But what I found with Canva is that sometimes there isn't as much variety when it comes to paper items. So if you just want to have like a piece of paper and you want to make a mock-up of that sheet, or you want to use it as maybe a wall hanging or something, Canva doesn't have quite as many options. So I go to Placeit as my number 2 place, and then Canva as my number 1 place. So it just depends on what I'm making. I can use Canva or I can use this tool called Placeit. So I'm logged into Placeit, and now we're going to go over to Mockups. We're going to use print, and we're going to say maybe stationery. Let's start out with trying to find mockups for stationery. So here we have just a plain piece of paper on the surface. We can use that. We can use this image here that has the pen and the cell phone. We can use this. This is actually just, paper with an envelope. This looks more like a greeting card though, so we want something that looks a little bit more like, 8.5 by 11. We can definitely use this clipboard, because maybe, the child has a clipboard hanging on their wall and they can use that to keep the checklist, kind of front and center. So let's start out with the clipboard, and then we will work our way around to some of the other types of mock-ups. So basically, mock-ups help your ideal customers see what the product looks like. That's pretty much what it is. So here's our checklist. We're going to open it, and Placeit will, make it look like it's just part of that image. We're going to make it a little bit larger so that there's no blank areas on the page. And then we're going to click on crop. And see, it makes it look really realistic. We can even change the colors if we want. We can change the colors to maybe a blue, since we have a blue actually we're just gonna change it to blue and keep it moving. So there's the blue. Oh, but it didn't okay, come on now. I know we can do it. There we go. We'll use that. And that's kind of a deep color. Let's make it a little bit lighter. That might not work either. I should have just kept it. Okay, so we'll choose that. And then we're gonna maybe make the bottom green to match the green in, there's the green. That's kind of bold as well. We're gonna try to make that a little more subtle. Yep, I like that. And we click enter. We'll say choose. Okay. So there's our, that's one of our mock-ups that we can use for our checklist. So now that we've selected it, I think we're good to go. So now we are going to save it, or we can download it. Let's just download the cleaning checklist mock-up. Okay, so, oh, I'm sorry. So now we can just click on this button and that will download it. It's going to take a moment for it to process, but this is one of the mock-ups that we can use in our shop. So this is the actual image that we're going to place in our shop. so that our ideal customers can see what this looks like in real life. So here's some other templates I'm going to um, use. I think maybe I'll use this one. Okay, so now we don't even have to upload this anymore. This looks like a booklet though. I don't want it to look like a booklet. So we're not going to use that one. We'll use this one. It does definitely look like a piece of paper. So we'll use that and we'll insert the image recently uploaded. It should be here and there it is. So we'll have to resize it again so that there's no blank space on the paper. There we go. And there's our checklist. We've got the background looking good. So we're going to download this as well. Okay, and let's see if we can find some other templates that look pretty good. Let's see. So here's one of a woman holding a piece of paper. So we can use this image again. Make sure it's, sized well, and then we'll hit crop. Okay, so there's our, that's our third mock-up. And we can use this one. Yep, I like that. So this might look like a mom holding up the cleaning checklist, and getting ready to present it to their child. So that's 4 mock-ups that we have so far. And, it just really gives you a great way to just show your customers what the item is going to look like. So here is something that kind of looks like a kid's desk. We could probably, I don't know if that's a book though. It looks like that might be a book. And if it is, then we're not going to use that one. Yeah, that kind of looks like a book, so we won't use that one. So maybe we'll get one more. We'll say stationary mock-ups and see if there's something else that we can find on the page that that might apply. I don't really like those ones that are kind of shadowy, or here's one. We'll try that one. I don't think we've used this one, so if we have, just kind of bear with me. So there's the checklist, and I don't know, we may not be able to use that one because it looks like, yeah, this one's not going to work. So we're going to close that out and we're going to find another one. Here's one that might work. That kind of looks like a book. Looks, it looks kind of thick. And so I don't really want something that's not realistic with what we're trying to show. Let's see. And that's what you have to kind of pay attention to when you're making mock-ups. You want it to be something that looks, exactly like what you're using. So if I use, for example, an invitation mock-up, that's not really going to be, oh, well, that's a mug. That's not really going to be something that would be realistic with, you know, the checklist that we're trying to show. So I don't want to use something that would give the, here's one, we'll use this one. I don't want to give the customers, you know, something that isn't realistic. So this definitely looks like 8.5 by 11. We're going to use our image. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get that whole thing on there, but we can, you know, we can make it kind of look like that. And then the paper design, we'll definitely get that on there. And we'll make it a little bit larger. Hit crop. Okay, and then we're not going to use anything for the pen. That would be a nice, I don't know why this is on here either. So we are going to, we'll resize this and maybe move it over a little so the cleaning checklist is at least on the, is kind of centered on there. And then we're going to crop it and see what happens. Okay, so now this looks pretty good because this shows that the person can see the checklist. They can access it on their cell phone. They can also access it using the you know, the paper format and just print it out. So yeah, this looks pretty good. So we're going to download this one. So we have 5 mockups, and all we can do is just use these mockups to upload the images to our listing. So for example, if you're on Etsy, you can download these 5 images to show your ideal customers what this checklist is going to look like, and then you know, put your pricing and all your other details, and then use this as the example of what the product is going to look like when they download it and get it you know, in their possession. So that is pretty much it. This is how you make mockups using this tool called Placeit. I'll put a link to Placeit below this video so that you can access it if you are not familiar with it. This video has only been about 12 minutes, and we were able to make 5 mockups in about 12 minutes. So if you have the design already ready and you know what you want, then you can go to Placeit, get those mockups made, and get them uploaded to your listings. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.